Have you ever had an issue with Davinci Resolve where you have a timeline or a clip that you want to embed into another timeline, but the resolutions don't match? Like the timeline that you're embedding has a bigger resolution than the timeline you want to put it inside of, and therefore the extra pixels are getting cropped out. And it always seemed like a bug, but apparently this was the intended behavior, and I've struggled with this for years. I would traditionally just export the media out of the one timeline, and then after I render it out, bring it back into the other timeline. Let me give you an example. So here I have this time lapse of star trails. All right, then it does this fancy thing. So there are 3 different time lapse clips I had to bring in. This main part was produced outside of Davinci Resolve. I wrote my own Python script to do the overlay animation for the tails. So it blurs in, it fades in, goes in a circle like this, and then it fades back out. So I had to produce that outside Davinci Resolve using an app that I wrote. And so I had to bring this back in. So I have the start, you get a little bit of the rotation, but I did outside Resolve, and then it ends like this. And this timeline, the resolution, because I set it to be the native format of the raw images, is 6,000 by 4,000, because I shot this on the Lumix S5. Now, as we know, if I say create new timeline using selected clips, go with the defaults, this is what happens. All right, there it is. Now I want to embed this right into a timeline and then maybe animate the camera pulling out. However, if I zoom out, you see the extra pixels are cropped out. This is just frustrating. Okay, so it took me a while to figure out how to do this. Like I said, I would go into the timeline like this, do all these edits, render out a new image sequence, and then go back into the other timeline that I plan to actually publish out for YouTube or whatever, and bring that rendered image sequence back in, and then keyframe that. What you can do, and it took me a long time, I was going through some forums, and if I could find the original thread in this, I'll share it. But someone referred to a setting that I never messed with before. So let's go to create new timeline using selected clips. Uncheck use project settings. Let's go to format. Now what we want to do is change this right here to match the timeline. All right. Now go to output. Uncheck this. And then we're going to change down to the resolution you want to output as. Or, you know, if you're doing some custom cinematic wide frame, you do that. Now I'm going to say center crop with no resizing, just like this. So again, this is my output settings. Hit create. All right, here's the new timeline. It is standard UHD, and you see here is my time lapse. It's embedded inside. And if I zoom out, you see the pixels are not cropped out finally. Oh my goodness. So I can move this over a bit, get it kind of centered. All right, this is what I wanted to do originally. And then I can keyframe this, go to the last frame, and then pull it back. Just right about there, I think is fine. I just wanted it to kind of zoom out while it was doing its thing. So there we go. There's my star trail. No, I did not use star stacks for this. I wrote my own little app, my own script to do this. There we go. Awesome. That's the fix for it. Again, kind of weird. I guess it's always been there. You just had to know where to look. I've read some of the Resolve manual. That's a big manual. Come on, let's be honest. It's huge. So anyways, format. Make sure that resolution is set to match the image you're inputting, like this. And then output, set it to this, or whatever you want your output resolution to be. And that's it. That solved it for me. That has been bugging me for a couple of years now. So I hope that helps someone out there. I think that's my first Davinci Resolve tip. Is it? I'm no expert. I like this program. It's much better than Premiere. Good Lord. But that always irritated me. So I'm glad I figured that out. I hope that helps at least one person out there. If you appreciate this video, please don't subscribe. Don't smash the like button. Don't click the notification bell. What you can do is go donate to your local animal shelter. I don't care. I do this for fun. That's all I have for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again next time.